Using zomboids are really, really fun to use. Zomboids to me have to be like one of the coolest plant mechanics in PvZ2. Although they kind of are just like hypnotizing, but it's kind of hard to be creative around here. There are only 2 plants that actually make these zomboids. That was enough for me to wonder, can you beat the game just having your own army of zombies? I would think yes, because these guys are actually really overpowered once you get them going. But you have to get them going. If you get overwhelmed easily in the beginning of the game, your whole thing is just cooked. Also, from the fact that we only have 2 plants that we have to rely on, it might get a little difficult. We start on day 3, but I feel like we should just start on another world, because if you have used these plants before, you know how good they are. What the? Yeah, so you can think of Snake Lily as like a cauliflower in a way, except it doesn't hypnotize but turns them into a zomboid. They also have their strengths and weaknesses though. Like Snake Lily is quicker and costs less but can't shoot behind or turn like Gargantuars or the mechs from Far Future. And cauliflower can hypnotize anything and shoot behind them, but has a worse plant food and costs more. So which one do you think is better? Day 3 was easy peasy, but I just thought I should try to power scale a little. Day 10, nothing really happened as well. I mean, I probably could have just put 1 Snake Lily down and it would have taken out the whole thing. Because, you know, not really any overwhelming waves yet, but having Zoidbeam Pod is really nice for Ancient Egypt, because they just eat all the graves if you put them in the very back, so it clears out a lot of space, even though this like challenge is more of like a less plants, more power type challenge. But still, day 17 is like just as easy, but we can't have more than 14 plants down. The torch zombie is not really any like different from a regular zombie. He can't really get close enough to our snake lilies to burn through anyone, and he eats the zomboids. He doesn't like immediately burn them, so yeah. Even though I think plan your defense levels are like completely unfair from the zombies POV. Oh shit. And also I think plan your defense levels are like good no matter what plants you use, because you can just strategize beforehand. But these plants particular thrive in plan your defense. The Zoidbeam pods can just like make massive hordes in the back, and then you have a couple snake lilies to deal with the stragglers. So yeah, with the few plan your defense levels that we're gonna have throughout this challenge, I don't think we're gonna lose one. Day 20 we had to protect these sunflowers, but no overwhelming amounts of hordes. And also we just placed the snake lilies up high so they can take care of everything, because the snake lilies have a range of about 3 tiles. So but day 21 we already had a problem with overwhelming zombies. Or just the fact that we couldn't get more than 1 snake lily down, because he can only take care of so many zombies, so 1 actually got through. But on a positive note, snake lily can completely one-shot the grave zombie. So there's basically just like no threats in ancient Egypt at all, I guess. Day 22 was pretty easy. Day 23 had no restrictions, so again, really easy. But we did have to use a plant food to take care of the Gargantuar, because that's like the only way we can take care of our Gargantuar. I don't know how many snake lily hits it would take to actually like kill a Gargantuar, like turn it, but it seems like an infinite amount. Day 24 was a plan your defense level. Surely Pirate Seas will get harder, right? Even though Snake Lily can reach all the way across the map, it gets very difficult on these levels with the flying zombies over the water and the swinging zombies for Snake Lily to keep up. Snake Lily has a recharge time of 45 seconds, and sun drops, like 50 sun drops approximately every 10 seconds. So we have enough sun for a Snake Lily every time he gets off recharge, but the problem is we don't have enough time to deal with all these zombies to get more than 1 snake lily down before we, you know, die. On day 10 I placed my snake lily 1 tile back to defend all the zombies coming. In every level I tend to have more Zoidbeam pods than snake lilies, but I feel like I'm gonna learn pretty soon that snake lilies are kind of better than soybean pod, but for right now it's working. Day 14 was a plan your defense, and it gave me a run for my money, and then it took all of my money. This level was really hard because of one reason: these stupid wheelbarrow zombies. Not only would my soybean zomboids get completely destroyed, but Snake Lily would only hypnotize the wheelbarrow zombie, and they would do it like really late because of all the other zombies they have to hypnotize. So when the wheelbarrow broke open, it spawned on all of my snake lilies, and they didn't have time to react, so they took all of them out. So I eventually ended up losing. My next attempt, I realized what I had to do and just put 2 whole rows of snake lilies. We still ended up getting overwhelmed at the very end, but at least we kept all of our lawnmowers this time. Day 15 seemed like it was going to be a really hard level just because of all the cannons and the swinging zombies and the fact that we couldn't let them trample the flowers, but they gave us a lot of bailout plant food that we could use, and Snake Lily's plant food is just so good. Day 16 is usually pretty hard when I do challenges, but not this one. I don't know if it's because Snake Lily had 3 plant food at the end or not, but I immediately messed up on day 17. I do not know why I placed my Snake Lily all the way up there. Our bottom lane immediately got taken out because Snake Lily had to deal with so many things. Even the plant food couldn't bail us out. And we ended up losing this one pretty quickly. The next attempt, I put my Snake Lily in the middle and immediately established a whole line of soybean pods in the beginning. And with some pretty good plant food, we ended up making through it.
What the fuck are you even talking about?
Day 21 had the exact same objective as the last level we played, except we had to produce a certain amount of sun. So I whipped out our boy Sunshroom and got to work. But these 2 plants are insane if you just have enough sun to place every time they come off cooldown. Because look, I have 1600 sun right now, and I could just keep placing more, but I have no room. Day 22. I knew day 22 was like gonna be the end of me, like in real life and in the game, but I honestly, going into this, I expected to beat this level with ease, just because in my hypnotizing only challenge I actually ended up winning just because of Soybean Pod, but that's because we had the enchantment which make the Soybean Pod produce the freaking zomboids with like the carrots on their heads and stuff. So it was pretty easy, but the zombies they produce without the enchantment are like really flail and die to like 2 imps. So I tried like a few more different setups and none of them worked, but can I just say I'm not surprised. But yeah, that is 1 level failed in the challenge, and it happened in World 2. Now we're on to the Wild West, where there's not really any swarm units that can like overwhelm our Oh, okay. I know that seemed really easy to deal with them, but now look at this situation. Yeah, so the only way for us to deal with the chicken zombies is the oddball situation where they're in front of everybody else. But just like the hypnotizing challenge, it was fine if the cauliflower hypnotized the chicken zombie, but if they hypnotized someone and then it bit off the chicken zombie, then all the chickens went everywhere. But just like the hypnotizing challenge, again, our zomboids can easily tank all of the chickens as long as we have zomboids on the field. But with a really long recharge speed, we're not going to be able to have a full row of soybean pods whenever we need it and at the beginning of the game. We did end up winning this level, but I'm just telling you, don't get your hopes. Day 13 was very confusing to look at, but what I did figure out was zomboids are very good against the mechanic bulls. But with one thing that we're really good against, we also struggle against something: the old man zombies that jump behind. Cauliflower can target things behind them, but Snake Lily can't. So we might be cooked. It's only been 1 more day and I still can't catch a break. I thought we were doing good at first because we had like soybean pods in like every freaking row, but apparently not, because the chickens still ended up wiping us out. After a few attempts of that, I ended up realizing that we just need like more time and more sun and more soybean. So I ended up using Sunshroom, just a little bit of them, to get a whole row of soybean pods down so we can deal with all the chickens. So if you want to say that is 1.5 levels failed, then yeah, sure. The next few levels were pretty easy, including this level, day 17. There was no zombies that jumped behind you, there was no chicken zombies, there was no piano zombies, I don't even think. So yeah, it was pretty happy for a moment there. Oh my god! Do I even need to explain why this level is unbeatable? First of all, it's a plan your defense, and they give us this many plants worth that we can use, and there are literally only chickens and zombies that jump behind you. How is this even fair? Day 23, we couldn't let these zombies trample the flowers, and we couldn't lose more than 2 plants. But this level wasn't very hard just because there wasn't any of those zombies that made me fail every single level. Wait, what is that? We did end up beating this level with a whole row of soybean pods in the back to ensure that there are no chickens getting by at all. Now it's off to the Iceland, which has to have one of the most annoying mechanics in the game, especially for challenges like this. And also, I will die on the hill that Frostbite Cave should not be like the 4th world. It should be like the 7th or something, bro, because this world is way harder in my opinion than Lost City and the freaking night levels. But for levels that don't have an insane amount of like just freezing winds like every single second, Frostbite Caves is actually pretty easy for this challenge, because Frostbite Caves solely really relies on like heavy hitter stuff and like interesting, you know, zombies like the freaking dodo zombie, but Snake Lily can just one-shot all of them. Now there are the weasels later, but they're not as dominant in the world as the chicken zombies are in the Wild West. Now day 11, these freezing winds I'm talking about are already happening. But the Snake Lily still deals with all the zombies pretty easily, like the zombies with the ice on their heads that they think are gonna take us really long to take out. The Snake Lily just one-shots them, and also they just give us a bunch of plant food this level, so that's nice of them. Not that this happens very often, but Snake Lily can also shoot at the ice of the fellow plants and unfreeze them sometimes. But again, there's usually a lot of waves going on, so Snake Lily usually never does this, but sometimes he does, and it's cool, I guess. Day 12 was a plan your defense level, and this one actually worked out. Also, the Zomboids actually get hit by the ice tiles, which is kind of nice because they're on the same tiles as, you know, the zombies would be, but not the dodos, so we kind of have to rely on the Snake Lily to take care of the dodos himself. We skip all the way to day 19 because the other levels were kind of like nothing burgers. But day 19 honestly was not that hard either. They limited us to like 3 plants, but again, we only need 2. Day 22 had the weasel zombies, but they didn't really do anything. We had a full row of soybean pods, and we also had a lot of plant food. But yeah, there was like a full row of weasels at one point, but they just like disappeared immediately. Day 23, we're supposed to protect all the, I forgot what their names were. But this level was actually way easier trying to protect them, or not trying to protect them, because they were honestly just protecting our plants because they could deal with all the weasels when we couldn't. So yeah, we kind of won because they were there. Day 24 was a real pain in my ass. So this day was extremely difficult for 3 reasons. The extreme blizzards coming through every second, the weasels, and the fact that we had to produce 2,500 sun. I tried to put my sun shrooms up the field a little more so I can have my soybean pods in the back, and when they produce a zombie they can go eat all the frozen sun shrooms so we can keep getting more sun. But my soybean pods just got frozen too. Even my first time making it to the very end, and we were probably gonna win this, I still wasn't gonna win because we needed 1,000 more sun. And my Snake Lily just took out every zombie, and I tried to unplant him, but then the dude just got past, like, bro. But when you get that close to finishing a level, you know it is possible, so I just kept trying and trying and trying. It was extremely close, but I eventually got a Snake Lily down to take care of the caveman that's about to get it. And then the last second, and I'm telling you, the last second where I should have got the win, 1 sunshroom gave me enough sun to win. Like, you can't make this up, bro. And then the next level had 4 flags and full of weasels. What just took me out there? Thankfully, only the second try we beat it. Thankfully, that was the last hard level, and the next 2 levels were just like complete bloodbaths.
Viewing of this tape is prohibited. Discard it immediately. Viewing of this tape.
And that is the first 4 worlds with Zomboids only. Now, believe it or not, the next part is actually going to be out tomorrow. That's why I said believe it or not. Bruh.